Hello, I'm John Borowski, and you're on the hook. In this episode, we're going to talk about things new. A couple of new items that you may or may not have ever heard of. Well, hello. In this episode, I want to bring you up to speed on a couple of items that you may or may not be aware of. I know I've talked in the past about for you to go out and start searching for new and unique ideas, because as we all know, our industry is going to change. It's going to change dramatically. And change is already happening. But there's a new piece of business out there you may or may not be aware of, and it's starting to make some problems in some large cities. Electric bicycles. As you know, everybody's getting them now. The larger cities, they have them right there in downtown or posted in different spots on the sidewalks, and people are using them. They're becoming a real bother for a lot of people. People are getting them, using them, leaving them, dumping them anywhere. They've learned how to override and manipulate the docking station so they can dock it in, close out their account, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's missing. There's a lot of issues. I would suggest, and there's no one answer to this problem. In looking it up, there are hundreds of different companies across the country that are now renting these bicycles. You can go online, go on Google and search it. Take a look in China. Oh my, they have piles like you wouldn't believe of those electric bikes. I would suggest that you look into it, figure out something with the people who actually own them, and when they're recovered, then you can set something up where there's a fast process to get them out. Because as you know, in our business, motorcycles and mopeds really aren't worth anything. We're just better off getting something and getting rid of it. So I would wholeheartedly recommend to you that you should go out and find a way to make contact with these people, stay in touch with them, so when this problem does happen, you can set something up with them and maybe a flat fee. I have no idea what the answer is. That's up to you and what your situation is, and I guess how many there really are. But I do want to warn you, at the end of the day, they're worth even less than the mopeds. So be cautious with that, but get prepared for it. I guess that's the big thing. In my world, where we tow cars and we take pictures and photograph the vehicle before it's towed, and then after it's dropped at the storage facility, to take and fend off any complaints of theft or damage. Well, something new is going into our inspections now that really kind of surprised me. I mean, it's been around once before, but now it's gotten much, much worse. Catalytic converters. Vehicles are being towed in. Tow operator never knows anything about it. Obviously, he didn't start it, and puts it down in the storage lot, and then all of a sudden he's getting blamed for a stolen catalytic converter. Now, chances are the towing company didn't do that because they've got to face the person when they start it up and drive out with it. It's probably stolen before it even left the original spot from being towed. These catalytic converters, I mean, it makes you wonder why, but there's three precious metals that are inside of catalytic converters, and that's platinum, rhodium, and palladium. And the latter two are worth more than gold. So I guess what I'm telling you is those metals are worth $2,750 an ounce. A car catalytic converter singly can fetch as much as $700 from the scrapyard. Some cars have two or four, as many as four catalytic converters on them. And surprisingly, the ones that are the worst, the biggest targets out there is a Toyota Prius. Reason being is the more fuel efficient the vehicle is, the more of those precious metals are inside the catalytic converters. Right now, Prius is definitely king of stolen catalytic converters in this country. So I will warn you that you need to start taking inventory, start taking pictures. That's one of the luxuries of our digital dispatch, and I'm sure eventually you're going to be having it somewhere at some point in time, but you need to start utilizing that. Even if you have a manual inventory sheet, that should be checked off because it's a very serious claim. These cats can cost as much as $3,000 a piece to replace after. You could actually total a car by stealing the cats. Now, every car after 1974 has got a catalytic converter due to emission laws. So when you think you might be safe, you probably aren't. And then the other big targets are anything that's easy to get underneath. such as elderly caravans, where they move the elderly from maybe their home or their nursing home to a facility to meet a doctor, see a doctor, or get some appointments done. They have those minivans, and they very easy to get underneath, and they just get underneath and cut them off. It takes less than 2 minutes from time of walking up to the vehicle and walking away with a cat under your arm. They use an electric Sawzall, and it's quiet. People are doing it at 3 o'clock in the morning. Some people hear it, some people don't. But when they do hear it, they don't know what the heck it is. And all of a sudden it's done. So before you know it, your car can be stripped. And if you did get nailed in your own driveway, which is a good possibility, remember, they're coming back for you. Because that new cat is going to be clean, and all those precious metals are still going to be there. Many people get hit the first time get hit the second time within 6 months. Trucks and SUVs and vans are the easiest target. Special ed kids' vans have taken to school. They're finally getting back to school. Locally, for me, they just had 22 buses down for the day. Do people have a conscience anymore? I'm really starting to wonder that. But I guess these thieves are, a lot of it is because of addiction, and they just go from one thing to another. And, think about it, and think about it logically. And I'm not trying to be funny here, but they can't break into your house anymore because you're home. So they got to find alternative methods. That's what I've been telling you about your business. Find alternative methods, legal methods, not like these guys. Watch your cats. Make sure you start inventorying them, because you could start getting a lot of insurance claims, and you don't want to have that happen. Or upset customers for no reason because somebody else stole the catalytic converter. So that's what we have for this time. We're going to have a lot of news coming up here in a couple of weeks, so I'll be seeing you again soon. Until then, everybody be safe out there. Everybody goes home tonight.